In the book of John, chapter 4, there's a moment that seems quiet at first, almost like background noise in the gospel story. But if you look closely, it's one of the most powerful moments that shows us who Jesus really is. It's the story of a Samaritan woman, but it's also the story of how God crosses every line to reach someone who feels unworthy. To understand how powerful this story is, you need to understand who the Samaritans were. They were the descendants of the northern kingdom of Israel. After being conquered by Assyria, they had intermarried with other nations, mixing the worship of Yahweh with pagan customs and foreign gods. Because of this, Jews from the southern kingdom, Judah, saw them as racially impure, religiously corrupt, and spiritually unclean. That's why most Jews, when traveling from Judea to Galilee, would go around Samaria. Even if it added a full day to their journey, they would rather take the longer route than step into Samaritan land. But in John chapter 4, verse 4, it says, "Now he had to go through Samaria." Geographically, he didn't, but spiritually, he did, because there was someone there that needed to be seen. It's noon, the hottest time of the day, not the usual time to come fetch water. Women usually came in the morning or evening when it was cooler, and when other women gathered together. But she came alone, because shame pushes you into isolation. And maybe she was tired of the glances, tired of the whispers, tired of feeling like she didn't belong, she didn't want to talk. She just wanted to get her water and leave. But when she arrived at the well, there was a Jewish man sitting there, waiting. Jesus says,
"Will you give me a drink?"
This wasn't just small talk. This broke every cultural rule of the time. A man speaking to a woman, a Jew speaking to a Samaritan, a rabbi asking to drink from her cup, something considered unclean. Even she was surprised.
How is it that you, a Jew, ask me, a Samaritan woman, for a drink?
But Jesus wasn't following tradition. He was following her heart. Jesus replies,
"If you knew the gift of God, and who it is that asks you for a drink, you would have asked him, and he would have given you living water."
But Jesus is offering something much deeper. He's offering her life, real life, a new heart, a new beginning. Then Jesus says,
"Go, call your husband and come back."
I have no husband.
You are right when you say you have no husband. You've had 5 husbands, and the man you now have is not your husband.
He speaks her truth, the part of her story that she avoids, the part no one talks about. But he doesn't shame her, he doesn't condemn her, he simply says the truth, and stays. And something begins to open inside her. Like most of us do when truth gets too close, she shifts the conversation.
Our ancestors worshipped on this mountain, but you Jews claim that Jerusalem is the place to worship.
She brings up religion, a debate, a distraction. But Jesus gently brings her back.
A time is coming when you will worship the Father, not on this mountain or in Jerusalem, but in spirit and in truth. It won't be about location. It will be about the heart.
I know the Messiah is coming. When he comes, he will explain everything to us.
And Jesus looks at her, a Samaritan woman with 5 husbands, someone pushed away by society, and says,
"I, the one speaking to you, I am he."
This is the first time in the Gospel of John that Jesus clearly says he's the Messiah, and he doesn't say it to a priest, not to a disciple, not even to a Jew. He says it to her. She came for water, but left her jar behind, because her soul had been filled with something better. She ran back to her village, the same people who judged her, and said, "Come, see a man who told me everything I ever did. Could this be the Messiah?" Jesus didn't walk around Samaria. He walked through it. He didn't avoid her shame. He sat down in the middle of it and stayed. He came for the one others avoided. And he's still doing that today. Maybe you thought he wouldn't come your way, but he's already sitting at your well. Not to judge, but to love. Not to point out your scars, but to show you his, the ones that bled, so you could be free.